Hi, I'm George, the Weather Dad. It's Sunday evening, so it's time for your weekly planner, and we're going to be in a track meet this week. Starting off here on Monday, things are going to move quickly from west to east. Remember, we talked about that last week. We call that zonal flow. Most of the country here on Monday is going to be fairly quiet. Notice a couple of storm systems there in the Southern Rockies. This was actually in California. That's what's really going to give us some issues across the country as we head on into your week. On Tuesday, well, the first one kicks out and we are seeing some moisture starting to develop. These are showers and thunderstorms. Notice the dark lines, how compact they are. Very windy conditions in this part of the country. Most of the winds are going to be out of the south, which means temperatures are going to be above normal to start off your work week. And then we're going to see these systems fly up towards the north and northeast. But on the flip side of that, notice the blue in the northern Rockies. That means colder air now starting to work its way in as well. This is on Wednesday. The first storm system we talked about will race up towards the northern Great Lakes. Notice again the dark lines, very windy conditions out of the south. Temperatures are going in this part of the country are going to be above normal, probably 50s and maybe even some 60s in the Midwest, certainly in the 70s and 80s down in Florida. But here comes the next system. This one is going to develop a nice little storm system for those of you around Colorado Springs, Denver, and the Colorado Rockies. But this one's going to kick out as well. Watch what happens here on Thursday. It goes from about Denver all the way to maybe South Bend, Indiana, all in a span of about 24 hours. Lots of moisture ahead of it. Again, those warm southerly breezes bringing up all that Gulf moisture. Could be some heavy rains there in the Ohio and Tennessee valleys, possibly in some severe weather down in this part of the country. Notice the blue in Iowa and Wisconsin. Looks like you're going to have some nice snowfall amounts there. But the good news here is this system, again, moving quickly off towards the north. And by Friday, it's out of here. But notice these blue lines. That's some very, very cold air. What that means is high temperatures, I think, on Friday in the Great Lakes in the 20s, Midwest in the 30s, 40s and 50s as you head down to the south. We dry out there in the Rockies, but you notice a couple of extra storms now starting to approach the west coast, and they will affect us a week and a half from now. Bottom line, though, everything continues to move quickly from west to east, so the cold air on Friday won't be sticking around long. By this time next weekend, it looks like we'll be warming up. Now, I'll be back on Tuesday with your midweek update. Until then, I'm George, the Weather Dad.